waiting for the blue button to change, just to make sure. Still waiting for it to change. No one's got a notification yet?
Well, we're on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I just got it.
All right. All right, so you're first.
Yep.
I'm in the middle.
Yep.
And Zach's at the end.
The strange human centipede.
Yep. Wow. Ooh, I got really messed up if I stuck in the middle on this one. Lord help me. The middle is the worst place to be.
Oh, now you know what it's like.
What, you knew before now?
I was usually the middle guy between a rock and a hard place or an awful threesome that you are in the worst position for.
Yeah, no one wants it.
Nope.
Yeah, but it's cut in the audio version.
Are we ready?
You ready?
On this episode of the Culture Smash cast,
Captain Marvel makes some mad March bucks.
hashtag Facebook sucks.
I've got Pabst. Ah, dang it. I've got Pabst Blue Ribbon on my mind.
Why?
What? I had it ready to go and I still blew it.
Oh my god.
Dang it.
That's why you're last.
Just do the intro.
It's the Culture Smash cast, episode 487 from March 13th, 2019. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of CultureSmash.tv.
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to CultureSmash.tv.
Zach Martin, a little boy that finally walked in on the scene.
Exactly.
That sounded so creepy and wrong on
Especially
so
since
many levels.
we were just talking about the human centipede in the pre-show.
Is that what we were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I should write that one down.
Yeah.
No. It was garbage.
What have you guys been up to?
No, not much. Honestly, yeah, not much.
Did you try to post to Facebook today?
Yes, Facebook was particularly
It
worse
was
than usual.
the end of times. It was
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Instagram and Facebook went down.
Both.
Oh.
I couldn't even post a teaser for this show tonight.
How was I supposed to check out my updates? Go to Reddit? Are you
I have
kidding
like
me?
6 new pictures of my cats that I need to post.
Facebook, if you're listening, Mr. Zuckerberg,
We got cats.
you blew it. Okay,
We got no time for this.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Betrayal. This unchecked aggression will not stand.
I thought it was just me. I did your trick. You talked about pre-show. I had 3 different browsers open trying to get things to post.
You know, and I was trying to like a comment that you posted, and it wouldn't let me.
See? And that was important.
Yeah, it was.
It's a sick world. It's a sick world.
It is.
Totally awful.
It's terrible.
That's why Twitter's better.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's get this going.
All right.
Oh, wait. Let's do this first. We've got right here...
Social.
We are not partaking tonight because no one's having alcohol. We probably should have.
Given how we've started,
Zach
I don't think we should, honestly.
Maybe you're right. But Zach has begun his 4-day weekend. So.
Oh, we're going to drink tonight.
Oh, are we? Is that what's happening?
I mean, I'm planning on having a very nice celebratory drink because I don't have a job right now.
All right, so social.
It's all my plans. Don't nobody panic.
He has a job. He just left his old job to start his new
Exactly.
job in next week.
And you always had one job. The KJ's
What, editing bitch?
Yeah, KJ's bitch.
Oh, okay.
You don't get paid for that very well, but no money anyway.
I have to cook and do all the cleaning.
I know. We were
can't
just talking
believe
about this. Yeah, he does all the cooking.
Yeah, because I'm a good cook.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, social. What we have right here is the we have the grapefruit ginger, and it is pink grapefruit ginger. This is a sake wine drink, 88 calories, so not heavy on the gut, and only about 4% alcohol, so not heavy on the stupidity either. Just a great social drink. We have this one. There's also a hibiscus cucumber and a toasted almond. Any of these are great, and they're good to drink as you see it here, but also they're amazing mixers. I like this one with a little Tennessee whiskey and some lime juice, and makes a little fakey, that drink whiskey mule. Yeah, I lost it for a second. But if you look them up on Instagram, that's probably your most updated way to see them. Is just search 88 Social. That's also on Facebook. Socialenjoyments.com to go to their website. It's available pretty much everywhere now, but you can get it online also, I believe, unless your state prohibits that. Do we still prohibit that in Tennessee?
I don't think we prohibit.
Can we ship the booze now or no?
I mean, we can buy booze on Sundays now, so I would hope that we could ship it.
Yeah. All right, so 88 Social, socialenjoyments.com. Try it. It's really tasty stuff.
If you want some more booze, though,
Yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, the American brewing company known for its cult-like following, is about to cross over into hard liquor with the help of Michigan-based distillery New Holland. PBR is prepping for a whiskey launch. According to the website MyBiz, M-I-B-I-Z, the brands received federal label approval for the project last month. New Holland Brewing and Pabst both acknowledged the collaboration, but remain mum on specifics. According to the site, they submitted a label for approval back in December, a process which typically happens mere months before the product debut. PBR's relationship with New Holland began in 2016 after the pair signed a deal that would allow Pabst to sell their beer. The move,
What's up, Hector?
The move, which became effective in early 2017, expanded New Holland's distribution footprint. For the label submitted to the Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau late last year, Pabst Blue Ribbon whiskey is, quote, made from nature's choicest products that, legend has it, Jacob Best used in 1844 to provide its smooth, complex flavor, end quote. Also, the 80-proof bottle is supposedly advertised to be aged 5 seconds. So that sounds delicious.
That sounds amazing. What do you think, Zach? You're the whiskey lover.
Look, the only time I have ever tried a Pabst Blue Ribbon, which I think is truly the only time you're allowed to try it, is
That's when you're already wasted on other liquor.
That's true. That's true.
It was a themed drink while watching Blue Velvet.
Oh,
yeah.
Done.
And I think I drank about half of one and went, let's just not
Again,
do this
where
again.
you have to be wasted on other liquor.
Yes.
That's how you
So
get to...
if that's how they do their beer, I don't know if I want to try their whiskey.
Yeah. See, this is the one thing about sort of like hipster culture is so many things you do ironically, and I just don't understand that. Like, oh, this music sucks, but I love it because I'm being ironic. And people drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. There's some people that drink it because it's in their price range, because it is cheap beer.
That's
And,
fair.
and hipsters will drink it because, oh, it's ironic because it's terrible beer. Everybody thinks it's terrible.
See, I'm fine. It's like,
But
no,
I'm
I'm
gonna
cheap.
love
I'm cheap. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
If you can afford better beer, get better beer.
The cheap makes sense, but it is nasty beer. I wonder if it's that way across the country. If like hipsters all drink it because, trying to be ironic, but it's nasty.
Maybe that's the secret of being hipster. You're just cheap.
Well, that's probably where it started. It's probably where it started. But to think about them making whiskey on the cheap, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It sounds like headache medicine to me.
We also don't know how much this whiskey is going to retail for compared to other regular brand whiskeys.
It can't be expensive, though. Would you buy anything expensive with the PBR logo?
I wouldn't, but it does have a following, so there may be a market for it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Talking about whiskey, though, I was so annoyed because Tasty today had a whiskey coffee.
I saw that, yeah.
Did you see it?
Mm-hmm.
And it was made with Bullet. I tried to tag you in it, but I couldn't.
But
because
Facebook.
hated me.
Yeah, I did see that.
It was like
I saw that it existed, but I didn't get to finish watching the video.
Yeah.
Which, if my boss is listening to this, one, hi, welcome to this podcast, and two, I totally had a little bit of bullet bourbon.
You mean your former boss?
Exactly. Right?
I totally had just a half shot of bullet bourbon in my coffee today, and can confirm it was absolutely delicious.
It absolutely
if
helps.
you want to switch up your coffee habits, just making sure you don't get drunk or don't overdo it while on the job.
Or it's your last day at the job.
Or if it's your last year on the job, it is absolutely delicious.
Did you say last year on the job?
Last day on
You
the
said
job.
that.
Oh, okay, good. Just make sure. Continue.
All right.
But it was absolutely amazing.
So, my favorite thing to do with coffee, though, I actually like a shot of espresso and Bailey's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or some Tennessee sipping cream. That's good, too. All right. So,
What movies?
yeah. So, man, what a terrible, terrible time for movies right now.
Well,
Man, it's
just
been
for all but one movie.
I'm going to do this David Letterman thing and just throw these papers behind me. All right, here's the box office from this past weekend. Before we go into this, Hector, you're in the chat room. I want to hear if you actually will drink a PBR. Number 10 is Apollo 11. Made $1.2 million. It's made $3.7 million so far. I don't know anything about this movie. Nothing.
Isn't it like a documentary?
It's a
Is it?
documentary, yeah. It's a documentary. They found all this footage from the original Apollo launch and landings, and it's like all of its brand new footage.
Well, why haven't we gone to see
It was IMAX only for a week.
Ugh. Okay.
But I mean, it's like 70mm footage, so it's really high quality when
I
you
want to
scan
see
it.
that. I mean, I would have seen it if it wasn't a documentary, because it's, I need a good space movie to palate cleanse your boys movie. Because that movie
Which one? Both of my boys apparently went into space last year.
That's true, honestly.
It is true. All right, number 9 is Fighting With My Family. It made $2 million. It's made $18.6 million so far. Nothing much to say about this movie, really. Number 8 is Greta. It made $2 million. It's made 8.2. I bet it's inching up on its budget.
Yeah,
I hear
that
decent things about this movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, though. Number 7 is Isn't It Romantic? It made $2.2 million. It's made $14 million so far. Again, no budget here.
No, 44 million.
Oh, $44 million so far, yeah. No budget on this one, but
It can't be more
be.
than that.
Can't
I'm
be.
sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's definitely made his money.
this is what's really funny is number 6 is Green Book. Made $2.5 million. It's made $80 million so far on a $23 million budget. Spoilers for the end of the show, but Green Book is out on Blu-ray this week.
It's 17th week in theaters.
Right?
I like that 6, 7, and 8 are the same. They were those positions last week, and they're positions
No
this
change
week. Yeah.
this week. It says a lot about what we're going to talk about. Number 5 is Alita Battle Angel. It made $3.2 million. It's made $78 million so far on a $170 million budget. So it's bombing. Number 4.
4chan really likes that.
Zach likes it. Zach loves that movie.
I like it like I like a root canal in the middle of a rave.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
I knew you
liked
liked
I'm
that.
bobbing my head like this, and the drill is just going deeper into my gums.
Yeah, you
It's
love
great.
it. I love it. Yeah.
At a certain point, you don't feel it anymore.
True.
It's called being dead.
That's true.
I'm just writing down more Philip. I'm just angrily typing.
Number 4 is the Lego Movie 2, the second part. Made $3.8 million. It's made $97 million so far. No budget.
That can't be its budget yet. It cannot have hit its budget.
No, I doubt that. Seriously doubt it. Number 3 is Tyler Perry's A Medea Family Funeral. Made $12.4 million. It's made $46 million so far. I mean, if Nathan was here, he could talk about
That's got to have made its budget.
Yeah, he went to see it already. I know that. Number 2 is How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World. It made $14.6 million. It's made $119 million on a $129 million.
I mean, it'll have its budget.
Yeah, it's gonna do fine.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah. And opening new over the weekend was Captain Marvel. It made $153 million. Of course, we have no budget on that one yet. So you saw it,
Yes, I did.
and
I liked it. I thought it was alright. I thought it was definitely followed a lot of the same beats of the Marvel origin movie. Marvel has a template, they go with it.
Kevin Feige said he was done with the origin movie.
And this wasn't done yet.
No.
So, but I thought it executed those beats pretty well. I thought it's one of the better origin movies.
Really?
Not the best.
See,
I think
I'm
it's
watching it. Like the more I've thought about it over time, I kind of put it in the same space as like the Ant-Man movies.
I think it's better than the Ant-Man movies. I like it better than Ant-Man.
I like. There's been a lot of jokes made at Brie Olsen. Oh, not Brie. What is her name?
Brie Larson.
Brie, is that her name?
Lawson.
Is it? There's been a
Larson.
lot of
Larson. It's an R, so
Yeah.
Larson. Sorry.
So a lot of jokes been made at her expense, including from Zach, because people were posting pictures of her with this same look on her face often throughout the movie.
Are you kidding me? That wasn't me. I just saw those on 4chan of people where they literally taken 15 screen grabs.
Yeah.
From every scene she's in the trailer, and she has the exact same face.
Well, I will say this: no one does that better than Kristen Stewart.
Well, Kristen Stewart, she might have her mouth open.
Yeah, she's going to be Charlie's Angel. Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I
that.
can definitely see the point about her
But
having
there's-
the same kind of stoic
But there's a few little scenes in there that I really like with
Yeah.
her. Like, there's a tiny little thing where she's fighting with the Skrulls.
Mhm.
And one of them does the typical supervillain thing and just goes, "Argh!" and comes at her with a weapon, and she just does it back to him.
Yeah.
And that really made
That was
me
a good
laugh.
one.
That made me crack up. The thing that bothered me, though, it's a little bit on the spoilery side.
Oh no, not
But when can we actually have Nick Fury be a hero? Why does everything that is in Nick Fury's past in these movies end up being the butt of a joke. That thing.
What prior to this one was a butt of a
I don't
joke?
know. I just feel like every time we see him, like he gets teased at being a hero, and then he either gets to do nothing or it just becomes a joke. I don't feel like he's ever been given 100% the weight that he should have, except
Winter Soldier.
maybe in Winter Soldier. That's the only one. But the eye thing is a big deal in his character, and it becomes a joke.
I do kind of wish that wasn't what happened. Like,
and if you're going to make it a joke, build it up and make it something real.
They kind of built it up into a joke earlier in the movie when he has the one injury to his eye. So I figured they were just going to joke it again later. But I didn't think it was going to end with, oh, that's actually what happened. Yeah. But otherwise, I really kind of like the Nick Fury and Captain Marvel's buddy cop dynamic.
I like that.
I definitely wish that there were. Oh, part of me kind of just likes the humbling bit of it's not a cool story, but he lets everyone think it's a cool story.
Yeah.
So I'm okay on some levels. I'm torn. I go back and forth on it.
There's other little things too, like this is not Star Trek. And when you say, "Oh, is my universal translator working?" Well, you just used it as a crutch, because she literally says that when she didn't think he understood what she said at the beginning of the movie. And I'm like, you could have had so many great jokes in this movie of her trying to work the language back out as it comes back to her in memories and things. It would have made more sense than, oh, here, I got a device for that. Even though, I don't want to get too spoiler, but that really bothered me. And then there's a part where the two of them are in a car following on that, and she's like, "Oh, well, you're up in the government. You must have great service, access." And I'm like, "Security clearance." That's the word she used. I'm like, "How do you know? You're not supposed to, even in a lot of ways, be from here. Her memories haven't started coming back yet. How do you know? How do you even know how those things even work?"
I did. I could see that being an issue, but I didn't really have a problem. If you want to argue it away, it could just be subliminal memory. Just like
but
stuff
you know what I say about that.
When you lose your memory, but you don't lose all of your knowledge. You just lose knowing stuff. But that doesn't mean you don't know how to talk and things like that.
Dwayne loves to throw this in my face on the show, but I always stand by it. Is my biggest thing that bothers me is if you have to explain it, then you didn't execute. If I didn't see it and you have to explain it, then you didn't execute. And to me, like, okay, well, I have to explain it away. Well, then it's dumb.
Well, I didn't have to. I didn't care, so I was fine with it. So
I think the biggest issue I had is it sort of muddies the waters a little bit with the history of the Tesseract for me. I mean,
I think it does a little bit.
Again,
of that.
you can explain it away, but you got to sit down and explain it. It's not clear.
That I kind of find fun with, but there are certain aspects where you do understand that this is a huge connected universe. There are stories that we don't know. So, I mean, how does she get the Tesseract? I don't know, but that's probably not necessarily something that will be a movie sometime, but there's probably a series of events that got it there. This Tesseract thing has moved around throughout history. I'm sure there are dozens of stories, hundreds of stories of what has happened to it.
But they in so many of the other movies, they've made it very, like that path, very clear and plain, and now all of a sudden, out of convenience, it gets a little muddy, when the movie would have been just as good if it wasn't an Infinity Stone at all. It would have been just as good.
But I bet that's going to come into play a little bit, the fact that her powers are Infinity Stone based in game when she has to deal with the
it probably will.
So I'm sure it will tie together. I was fine with it because I like the conjecturing of just being a fan. Just like, oh, what is this? What are the possibilities? Thinking of the possibilities, because I think that's fun, and to a certain extent, not necessarily explaining away.
I guess
not necessarily explaining away bad things of the movie, but like little Easter eggs, like, oh, how did that get there? Or it's like, oh, what are these really cool things that it could have been?
Now, with that said, best character in the movie, Goose.
Oh, Goose, totally. Goose is
100% best character.
Great.
In the movie.
I loved it.
Zach needs to see it just for Goose, because Goose is great.
Here's the thing. Let's say, for instance, I don't care about Captain Marvel.
Well, you like cats.
I do like cats,
So,
but here's the thing: is I went and saw a cat video fest when
we did do that.
I mean, I'm pretty good on cats for the moment. I got my cats.
Are you?
Are you sure?
Don't push it. But do I need to see this film for Infinity War? Like, is it really that important?
I do not think it's necessary.
I don't think it's really necessary. I think
one little bit that we get in this movie will be a recap.
Yeah.
Spoilers. I've seen the post-credit scene involving.
There's 2 post-credit
Okay,
scenes.
I've seen the one that ties to Infinity.
Yeah, no,
Directly.
I think it's going to be fine.
And you know what I think is really hilarious about that, though? Is people made a big deal about this reveal that the Russo brothers directed that post-credit scene. You could tell.
Oh, it's a completely different
yes.
deal.
Because
It's like shot
I
competent.
mean, I don't want to be like all negative, but it's much better directed.
Yeah,
it has a much stronger voice and hand on the throttle.
Because
That little
it
scene
feels like they're movies.
Yeah.
And the only thing, the conjecture part I like is when we get to that scene. So the in-game trailer, the one in-game trailer that we have so far for a movie that comes out in a month and a half.
Right.
The one trailer, Cap is shaved in that trailer.
Yeah.
But in this one, spoilers, this one clip that we have of Cap,
He still has the
he
beard.
still has his beard. So either that trailer takes place after this cutscene, so Captain Marvel's already there and all that stuff, or it's all fake. That's what I hope. I hope almost every shot in the in-game trailer is fake.
that would be amazing.
We've got a broad precedent because Hulk was in the trailers for Infinity War, not there.
Right.
I love that though. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
I do
where
too.
CG put this character
Yes.
there.
Ultimately, my favorite, and
I'll tell you where it doesn't work is where, like, during the Rogue One trailer, where she's like going out and there's like a TIE fighter that shows up. That's where it's wrong.
Yeah, but that's a whole other
It
universe.
needs to be something that
I'm
is.
saying in trailers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you can manipulate them, but don't.
it needs to have a purpose. It needs to both sell you on the movie. It's like, this is really cool, but also intentionally obscure plot details.
So a quick divergence, though, from this, and then we'll circle back. Who's this? It's Zach. So
It's right there.
yeah,
I said hi to everybody.
yeah. You could say it here. You don't have to type it.
But you tell me to watch the chat.
Okay, all right.
Should not interrupt the show.
To
and
where we
talk to
were.
the chat.
To where we were, I just happened to catch Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
The end of it, I was flipping around on DirecTV and it was going off.
Yeah.
But I just let it play because I was going to see, just look at whatever was coming on afterwards.
Plus, I like the end credits of that.
Yeah, they're great. But that post-credit scene with Captain America has to be my favorite post-credit
That is
scene of
so
all.
good.
You know, he comes out and he's doing one of those PSAs and he's like, I'm here to talk to you about patience. And how,
Good.
how good it is to wait for things sometimes because it's so much better if you have patience. And it cracks me up.
I also,
because everybody wants every little bit of what they can get. You know?
I love the Blu-ray, the home video set comes with extra PSAs.
Yes,
Because those are my favorite. I
so
love a
good.
lot of that movie, but I love that part of that movie too.
Agreed.
Okay.
Now get back on Captain Marvel, the post credit sequence, the very end. As much as I complain about the murkiness of what the Tesseract's history is, that scene was hilarious.
Yes.
I have seen that in my real life in this house. And now, if I ever see a Tesseract on my floor, I'm going to know where it came from. But I liked her.
Yeah.
I liked her in the role, and I'm with you. I liked the two of them together. I didn't think the story was rendered as well as it should have been. But the big thing is, I think she's OP. I think she's too powerful. She's really powerful.
We'll see what her power set is against other real superpower people.
Yeah.
Because she was just up against like above average with other Kree and then fighting spaceships and whatnot. And then that's super powerful, I agree. But once we see her compared to like Thor, Hulk, Thanos, like the actual real other super characters that we're familiar with, it will be interesting to see her dynamic. I'm sure she's basically going to fill the Superman role of this new Avengers set.
Well, and that's, to me, what we have Thor for.
Thor can also fit that, but I think it will be neat to have the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you all this: who's the first Avenger?
What do you mean?
See, I had this argument too. No, because another spoiler, because the fact that Fury gets the name for the Avengers from her plane's call sign, Carol Avenger Daniels. It was on the plane. I had the same argument with Tina because, still Cap.
Cap is still, because he was way before her.
Yeah, but the argument is no one called him an Avenger until modern day. He wasn't called an Avenger in the 40s. But his movie came out first, and it says the first Avenger.
That's true.
Are they going to have to go back and retitle that film?
No, they're not going to.
Oh my god!
Retcon.
It's going to be Live, Die, Repeat, Captain America.
How embarrassing!
Yeah, and you know, while that's really a nothing detail, it does call into the situation that I think happened with Captain Marvel, and what's going to keep happening unless they're very careful is they're going to murky the entire MCU so much that people are. Well, we've seen this with Star Trek. The continuity just gets so mushy and horrible that they just have to, and we've seen it in the comics too, where they just have to flip everything upside down and start over. And I don't know how well that would work in movies, unless you have a big space of time between.
That's going to happen at some point. I don't think we're there yet, but at some point they will have to have a reset, or somehow, because we're losing Avengers. We're
200 years in the future. Let's restart.
We're losing Iron Man.
There's a great Spider-Man story from the future. You know, Spider-Man 2049. It's not 200.
2099.
I was about to say 2049. Can we get Blade Runner in there too?
Yeah.
But no, we're losing Iron Man. We're losing Cap. But at some point, Marvel and Disney will go, hey, those characters made us a lot of money. Mm-hmm. We need to recast them so that we can make more money, more Iron Man movies, more Captain America movies.
Yeah.
And at some point, it's either going to be we keep muddying the waters and just recasting these roles so it's even more confusing, or we're going to have to do a line-wide reboot. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm fascinated to experience that. But I
would love a line-wide reboot. Just get some guts and just reboot everything. But now would be the time. This would be the story to do it.
No, this would be the time. I think they won't, of course.
No.
Because we know they won't. We know they have other movies coming out.
Right.
Because we know there's a Spider-Man movie coming out and a lot of stuff. Because
part of me really still hopes that Spider-Man is a prequel. Because everybody's like complaining about it being spoilery, that even the trailer exists. I would love that movie to just end with him going into the Infinity War.
It could.
I would love it.
Possible.
Ends with him going back to school on the school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Okay, we got it. What's coming up?
All right, this week, if you want to see something in the theater, you can see Captive State. I was interested in this movie. It's a John Goodman sci-fi thing.
There's
no rating on Rotten Tomato.
Wonder Park?
Wonder Park, no rating. Wonder Park is an animated thing about the little kid that creates a theme park in her mind. Yeah, it's kind of bad trailer.
Yeah, the two trailers I've seen, none of them look
5 feet apart looks terrible. It's about the two kids that are sick that can only be within 6 feet of each other.
That's a theatrical movie?
It is.
I keep seeing that online in ads, and I keep thinking it's like a Hulu or something.
That's what it looks like.
It looks like it's meant for freeform.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, agreed. Then there's Nancy Drew and the Hidden Staircase. Now, I forgot to put the
71%.
71% Rotten Tomato. Great cast, anyway. Great lead. I love the actress. I can't remember her name, but she was from It. And I think this is one of those situations where we have had issues for a lot of years where we didn't have strong female like heroes, kind of, and there was this push to reset their different heroes and make them a female. Well, this is somebody who had great books. The Nancy Drew books were great. They were heralded. Make her a hero and let's do a series of films. I think she would be great. And this actress is a great actress. So I hope the movie's good. I looked at the trailer today and I couldn't really decide. Yeah, but I mean, I may see it and just to feel it out and use the Cinevia card.
As long as it works for the target.
Right.
That's really what matters. Like it's not for us.
It's very YA, and of course it's female.
We're very not YA.
No, well, you say that, but Ada loves YA stuff.
Yeah, but my point is, we're not the market. So if Ada likes it, then you kind of know it's probably on target.
True.
Before we go into our article here, speaking of working to their respective markets, has anybody seen the Doom?
Okay, so I didn't
what was it, Doom Annihilation? Or yeah, I saw the trailer.
I didn't put the story in because I didn't know there wasn't really a story. You just shared a link to the trailer. You have some commentary about this trailer?
Holy crap!
Yeah, is that all you got to say?
Okay,
dude. Okay,
it's not a positive or negative. That's just an exclamation.
Yeah, that could be either one.
Yeah.
Anyone who has seen the original Doom is probably looking at this trailer and going, "Wow, they put so much work into those sets in the original. I didn't think to appreciate it." So
the sets look really mediocre.
bad.
Yeah,
maybe it's the lighting or the maybe it's the
well. This is really funny,
color correction,
because this is an argument that Zach and I have had for a long time. Because I, on a guilty pleasure sort of level, enjoy the Doom movie. The Rock.
Oh, it's garbage, but
he makes me laugh a lot in it.
It's because The Rock is fun. Like even if it's a bad movie, he's enjoyable.
Right, and then you see this trailer and
which he's
Thankful.
not in.
Well, here's the
Exactly.
thing. We're apparently not going to have a Doom guy. We're going to have a Doom girl.
Oh,
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
Which is fine. You know, she needs to be like beefed up and awesome. She's like this big around.
Yeah.
She's going to be carrying the BFG, which is 6 feet long, 4 feet wide, and she's that big around.
Well,
Are
to
you
be
kidding me?
well, to be fair, you can do that in video games. And this is a video game movie.
Have you seen Doom Guy? He's 7 feet tall and he is 4 feet wide. He's massive.
I think.
Yeah.
So
I
when
don't
he
know.
picks up the BFG and it takes up 70% of the screen, you go, this guy's probably barely hanging on to it.
Yeah, but how many action games have we seen where there was a female character and she wasn't that big, but she carried the big guns in too?
Yeah, I don't.
Samus Aran,
Yeah, sure.
Samus is super tall.
where it's a part of her suit.
So no, I don't think I don't really care about that argument.
Yeah, it
but,
just doesn't
But
bother
no,
me.
the trailer itself does look very mediocre.
Like,
It looks
terrible.
It looks
I know
upper end sci-fi channel.
I know it's direct to video, but can we try?
Yeah, it's direct to
Could
video.
we try, please?
Not if it's direct to video.
Yeah,
Come
that's,
on.
that is literally what direct-to-video means.
And you know, once in a
Dictionary.
while, you get that special movie that looks like crap. The trailer looks like crap, and you end up enjoying it. The two movies I can think of right away that were like that was Upgrade. I love that movie.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I love it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You guys need to watch Upgrade. It's great. And Equilibrium.
Oh, that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like trash.
That was a good movie.
Watch
Yeah,
it, and
that's a
it's
good
great.
one.
Yeah, so maybe it could be good.
But I guess my final thought on this would be, so people were asking id Software, their thoughts and opinion
Right.
on this, and their thought and opinion was, we have no say in this film whatsoever.
Right.
So they weren't asked for creative control. They weren't asked for any questions about the world or the lore or anything. They were not involved.
So
whatsoever.
It
here's
makes
my
me wonder how involved Konami is on the Resident Evil movies.
Right. So I actually think that that's a bad thing. Just because you can create a video game does not mean you can make films.
No.
And you should usually, to me, it's usually a negative.
I don't-
because if you start breaking down
Well-
video game stories, they're usually stupid.
I don't think that is the argument. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think necessarily they need to be in charge of making the film.
Yeah.
Studios or a video game company. But I think it behooves the film production company to research and work with the original production of the material to at least have an understanding of what the
Make
material.
sure what you're
Yeah.
doing is accurate to the source material.
Now, I mean,
Yeah.
again,
Unless it
To a
source-
point.
Unless the source material is stupid.
Well, Doom was really never known for its plot.
Right?
fair.
That's my point.
It was
Get the look down and forget the
Doom
story.
is not about a soldier trapped in a room with demons. It's about demons trapped in a room with Doom Guy.
Yeah.
Because when you play
Is that
Doom,
what his name is? Doom Guy?
That's what his name is. But here's the thing: when you play Doom, you're not like, "Oh no, demons!" You're like, "More demons." It's the most Christian game out there as you can get.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You fight on God's side and kill you rip heads off demons. What more Christian can you get? But
All right.
that's
All
the
right.
thing is, it's not about, oh no, we're trapped, what do we do? It's about, oh no, I wonder what they're going to do.
Okay.
It's an ultimate power fantasy.
Until you
Come
run
on!
out, until you run out of bullets.
Yep.
No, then you go with the chainsaw.
Okay.
And if
All
that
right.
doesn't work,
All right,
I
moving
have
on.
my
Go for it.
fists.
Next story.
So, going back to Captain Marvel, Disney's release of Captain Marvel gave the domestic box office a much-needed jolt after the first 2 months of the year struggling to compete with 2018. The 21st entry into the Marvel Cinematic Universe delivered the franchise's 7th largest opening weekend of all time, while grossing more over its first 3 days than the combined totals of any previous 3-day weekend so far this year. With an estimated $153 million, Captain Marvel proved a massive success, bringing
Oh,
in...
come on, this is March.
What do you mean?
I'm literally saying the next line, so
I know,
let
but
me
they're like,
finish.
oh man, it's just
Bringing in the
incredible
third-
for this year. And I'm like, we're 3 months in.
Yeah, but the point of this thing was talking about how bad the year has been
Year
so
has
far.
been
It's
so
almost
far.
like there hasn't been any films released or something.
Yeah,
Well, I think
kind
that's
of
the point of the
That's kind
article.
of the point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is basically going that it's been an underperforming year so far. So Captain Marvel is the jolt. It's the first kind of light in the tunnel.
Hey, studios, if you're listening, if you don't release good films, spoilers, people won't go.
And I don't know what's going on because we hit a spot for a while where it felt like summer was pushing back this way.
Yeah.
Things started since really
Did Batman v Superman kill it?
maybe because the one that strikes me that was really noticeable coming out early was I think it was X2. the second X-Men movie hitting in March, and all of a sudden, oh, we can make big money in March, and now we
well,
get...
now it seems like they
That's
stabilized in
15 years.
April because
Yeah.
even Avengers is April.
Well,
still
and
in
Avengers
April.
is such a tentpole movie.
Yeah.
The whole idea of summer blockbuster is weird to me anyway, because it seems like if the weather's nice, you'd be doing something else.
Yeah, logically it would make sense for there to be more blockbusters in winter. Although, if we look at largest top box office movies of all time, if we look at Avatar
December.
and Titanic.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Star Wars, December.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Star Wars they own that month when they come out.
Yeah, because there's...
Did anybody see this movie making that much money, though? I thought
I thought it was going to be around...
I thought this was going to be...
125,
Yeah,
in-
I
thought this was going to be in the Ant-Man space, to be honest with you.
No, I did not think it was going to be an Ant-Man at all. I saw way more hype into this movie coming into it. Just more people
Yeah.
excited about it, and it. Again,
Because you have that hype from Infinity War.
Yeah.
You do have that. Well, I mean, kind of had that.
Yeah, you
from-
say that about Ant-Man, but Ant-Man had nothing to do with Infinity War.
That's true.
Whatsoever.
But you had a whole you had the whole post credit scene about
Yeah,
okay,
Captain
you
Marvel.
had a minute and a half.
No.
I really think-
I'm agreeing with your point. It's like
Yeah.
Captain Marvel had something. He had that post credit scene, whereas Ant-Man didn't really have any involvement.
Infinity War had the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel.
That's what I'm saying. Is,
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
Well,
was like,
really,
hey, you want to
though-
see where we go next? You got to see Captain Marvel.
Well, yeah, there's that, and you also have the going into Endgame hype now because people are starting to wind up for it, and this is sort of that teaser. But also, you can't discredit the fact that a lot of people, especially the female audience, have been waiting for a female superhero-led movie, and
especially
it's
from
Marvel.
because
Yeah.
while
We had Wonder Woman for a while.
Yeah, we did have Wonder Woman for a while, and somewhere in this article it actually compares it to. It still wasn't quite as. It goes into some of the comparison of statistics of people going to go see it. Like, for instance, it looks like from the exits, the film was playing to a weekend crowd that was 55% male, 45% female, which is along the smaller gender divides that Marvel has had, which is good, but it's not near the 52% crowd that Wonder Woman had. But I think still,
Wonder Woman is a much more iconic character.
Wonder Woman is very much more iconic. But still, I think Marvel fans have been really wanting a female-centric movie because, again, this is the 21st Marvel movie, and they've all been dudes this whole time.
And I think what they really want, and I hope that this movie just pushes that forward, is a Black Widow movie.
I think it will. Well, I mean, we already know it's in pre-production
But
at
it's
some level.
been, it's been kind of there forever.
But I think this is definitely going to push that more and more along, and it will get, hopefully, the success of Wonder Woman, the success of Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel proves that Wonder Woman isn't an anomaly.
Right.
So it will hopefully instigate more movies like this.
Yeah. Because dudes will see superhero movies regardless of gender.
Yeah.
I will.
I totally. I mean,
if it's a cute girl, even better.
I had a great time in this movie. I still liked it, and I'm way more excited about what they can do with the sequel.
Yeah. Now I will 100% agree with you there.
And
there's
then
enough bones, good bones there.
And then when they
build on.
merged the X-Men franchise into the Marvel, then we're going to get Rogue and Captain Marvel. It's going to be fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Which on that, I didn't know that Fox had a Doctor Doom movie in the works. But apparently they did, and it has been.
I think it was in the works pre the fail of the Trask Fantastic Four. Like, I think it was going to be ready, and then Fantastic Four bombed.
Oh, because I saw some articles come out today where the director, and I can't recall the name, was actually back in talks with Kevin Feige about what to do about it, if they could continue it or do.
Maybe the guy who's the director, who was pitched for the director, really wants it, but I'm sure Feige's like, nope.
You know what I wish they would do with Fantastic Four? I really wanted them to reboot the movie, but I actually think Fantastic Four would be a great TV series.
It should be an adventure series. It should be Star Trek.
It should be Star Trek.
That's exactly what Fantastic Four should be. Or Lost in Space. Basically.
Lost in Space is 100% what it should be. And I would love that. I think that's really where they should, put that on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to subscribe. Which, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but I got a letter, email from Hulu today. They're reducing my subscription costs.
Yeah, I knew. I thought we talked about the subscription costs.
Yeah, I got the official letter.
Netflix went up.
Starting next month, $9.99.
Well, the other big thing is a news article I just saw yesterday is that if you have the paired the paired Spotify
Hulu?
with Hulu at the ad rate, so like you're like the lowest tier Hulu, you get Hulu for free then. It's just going to be your Spotify account.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. if that's what they're calling it. But
Oh,
it's
that
dropping,
might be what you're talking.
It's
Yeah.
dropping $9.99, which is what I used to pay for
Yeah.
just Spotify. So it's
Oh yeah,
amazing.
okay, yeah. Then that's it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the news article you just got. So yeah, Hulu announced after Netflix announced their price hike that they were lowering their lowest their
But it happened
advertising.
fast.
Oh, it did.
Like I'm already being told next month that my bill will be
Yeah,
reduced.
because just like yesterday or the day before, Spotify announced, yeah, if you're also using that ad rate and you're using our service, you can have it for free instead of paying that combined extra cost.
It's amazing.
And I'm like, I kind of want to get a Spotify.
I love my Spotify account. I love it because I can build my own playlists. I can download stuff so that if I'm in BFE Alabama with no service, I can still play stuff off my phone. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's great. I love Spotify. I prefer it over all the others. You know, I've had Pandora, and I've had I don't know. I've tried Apple Music.
I usually use Amazon Music just because I have it with my Amazon Prime account.
Yeah,
But
and I just don't like their interface.
yeah, it's not the best, but it's not awful. And I get it already, so that's
Yeah,
why.
and that makes sense. And that does make sense.
But no, I do
feel
like
it's not
Spotify's-
curated enough.
I think I like the playlist feature of Spotify better.
Yeah.
I think Spotify is better at sharing and making your own playlists and customizing that aspect on the user end.
Yeah.
Whereas Amazon is like, here's some music.
There you go. Flop it
Okay.
out there. All right, who's got it? Who's
TV?
next?
I use my.
Are you very?
All right. So, the Thor director Taika Waititi is joining.
Look at your pronunciation. I'm impressed with you.
I've known this guy.
But
You
you've
guys
known
go
him?
have
You've
beers?
known
You guys go
Taika
have
Waititi?
PBRs together?
I mean, what?
I would actually love to do that.
Who's
I
the
think-
director?
Yeah,
Who's
I would drink a PBR.
Who's the director that won Best Direction at the Oscars this year for Roma? What's his name?
I don't remember.
Alfonso Cuarón.
No, I was asking him, sir.
Yeah.
So he would try and badly pronounce.
Wasn't gonna do it. Wasn't gonna do it.
Also Cuarón. Anyway,
Oh, are you rolling your
that's how you say it.
Trying.
That's how I say Taika Waititi. Anyway,
There you go.
he's joining the Time Bandit series that's currently under development at Apple.
Oh,
In
good.
addition to penning and directing the pilot, Waititi will also be an executive producer alongside the original film's writer and director Terry Gilliam. The original film, which is twisted, dark, and magical, follows the 11-year-old Kevin on a mystical adventure that spans time and space, bringing him to the numerous famous cities, events, and locations around the world. It also brought him into contact with many famous historical figures, and its premise feels like prime for a television series. The only thing I know about this is that my mom apparently went and saw this in the 80s, and she said it was, for the longest time, it was the worst film she had ever seen.
So I'm now more curious what dethroned it.
Yeah.
It was originally Pokemon the movie, and then brace yourself, Spirited Away.
What?
She's the only one I have ever met to not like that.
I mean, I think Spirited Away is
Ever.
overrated in
But
terms of
it's still
Miyazaki
great.
movies, but
Yeah.
yeah.
She's the only one I've ever met that even has somewhat of a negative opinion of that film. But yeah, she just had to walk outside of the Pokemon
Anyway,
film.
You
Time
haven't
Bandits.
seen this.
No, I have not.
Have you seen it?
I haven't actually
I know
seen Time
Criterion
Bandits,
has a Blu-ray of it, but I have not
Time
seen it.
Bandits is a great movie. I'm not someone who. You mean you know this?
Can we get Dwayne in here? He's
Right.
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, the British humor thing usually does not work for me. The Holy Grail and all that business and blah blah. I don't like any of that. I just don't. I don't. But this is good. It's still, British humor. But for some reason, for me, that movie works. And this director, I actually also dislike him quite a lot. But somehow, I don't know. I think maybe
I think
it could
Taika
work.
Waititi would fit well. I think
I feel like it makes sense.
because that kind of humor meshes well with the kind of humor that was in Thor, but also in like Hunt for the Wilder People. Well, I think that ultimately is the issue that the people who have issues with Thor Ragnarok, which is like us, is that it leaned too heavy in the comedic.
Yeah,
I think it
made Thor a buffoon.
It
Yeah.
misstepped so hard its femur shot out of
But
its
people,
leg.
but that
mainstream
resonated
people
with
loved it,
and that was
I don't get that. Everybody was laughing in my audience. I'm sitting there like,
well,
What's
but
the
that's also like us comparing it to the other iterations of this character we've had in this franchise. Whereas it's not like Waititi's coming in and he's like, "Oh, this is Time Bandit 3. Well, let's change the tone of the franchise." It's not going to be that.
right? But I also didn't like. Now the Wilder People I haven't seen. I need to see it because you said it's really good.
I really enjoyed it.
I didn't like the vampire thing.
Void in the Shadows.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
And a lot of people do. I'm in the minority here, but I did not. I was bored. I don't know. I just didn't find it funny.
It's interesting coming from. It's a mockumentary, which is
Right,
up your alley.
which is up my alley and down my street.
It's a damn funny, comedy vampire thing.
I
which
wanted
is
to like
right
it.
up your alley.
I really wanted to like it.
Sometimes it just doesn't work. But
Yeah, it just wasn't working for me.
Yeah.
Has it set up shop in the alley?
Yeah, it kind of has. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a food truck. It's just there.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
not all the time.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Back to Marvel. Marvel Studios will be producing a new television series for Disney Plus streaming service based on the popular What If comic book series.
I'm excited about this.
Super excited. The new animated show will be overseen by Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios, but the stories will not be canon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
As they shouldn't.
Yep. If anyone who's unfamiliar with the comic brand, What If is a line of comics that Marvel occasionally produces to basically touch on alternate happenings of key events in Marvel Universe.
It's
Basically,
literally what if this happened?
yeah, it's entirely what if. Like the first issue, which I have, is what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four, which is a play on the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man when he tried to join the Fantastic Four.
Right.
So it usually takes key moments in issues of character arcs and stuff like that and go, what if this happened instead?
I like the one they actually reference it in the article. Oh, what if the Avengers beat everybody?
There's also one of what if the Marvel bullpen were the Fantastic Four,
Right.
So it was
Yeah.
Stan, Jack, Flo, and I forget who the other one was. Saul. Yeah,
It goes
basically-
really meta.
A lot of times it goes meta, and a lot of times it's really really good. Sometimes it's like I'd rather if that had happened instead. But
Exactly.
sometimes it goes really dark. A lot of the times it's a worse off story.
And what I think is funny is we've seen the Watchers before.
Oh yeah, the early
in Guardians.
Yeah, early days in the What If line, it was the Watcher character would narrate, would open. Here's what happened.
Well,
what if
and
this
they
happened?"
designed this character too. The Watcher is like this all-powerful dude that just sort of watches over the universe, and once in a while, he would shake things up in an alternate universe just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
So he can predict better what's going to happen in the future. That was his tool for prediction, and I love that whole concept. And I think could even do that for the show. You almost have like a voiceover or something at the beginning. It'd be kind of neat
I think
to call back to the Guardians. Too.
I think it would be really cool. I like the idea that it's animated because if they want and won't feel like laying down the money and it's Disney, they could bring back Robert Downey Jr. to voice.
And they do reference that.
Yeah,
in the article.
Talk about how they can bring back people because they're just spending a day or so voicing a character. They're not on set for months. They're not having to do all the CGI work or get into these really ridiculous suits or anything. You're in a sound room. It's fine. So
If not, they could just call Mark Hamill and get him to do it all.
that would be the best. Yeah, that's how they bring Mark Hamill in the Marvel universe. It would be awesome.
I would be down for that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Oh man, I would love that so much. we don't know any stories, any specific ones they're going to tackle yet. But if they're, just think of what if something happened another way. What if Captain America didn't freeze?
That's one of the books too.
That'll be an obvious one to go to. What if? Tony Stark didn't get captured in a cave. What if Loki was wielding Mjolnir instead of Thor? There are a large number of possibilities. I love
And
the fact
so
that
many more they can go completely outside the comics and just sort of go crazy with MCU stuff.
And it's really great that they could take this opportunity to kind of branch out and do an anthology series. Because I love anthology series. I
do too.
Like, this is one and done. Let's move on to the next one. I like that.
It's like Marvel one-shots.
Yeah,
I love them.
exactly.
I love them.
And it doesn't necessarily all have to bridge together at the end. It's like, no, they're just all standalone. That's the point.
And this sounds so much better than all the garbage that Jeff Loeb is doing for Marvel on Hulu. That stuff just sounds terrible to me. What do they call it? Their riff on the Offenders.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it just
Offenders
with MODOK. Are you serious?
No, I
right
agree.
now?
I agree. That stuff
It's terrible.
doesn't really entertain me all that well. This definitely sounds way more interesting.
This gets me excited to subscribe.
The only thing that would make me more interesting is if they could actually if someone saved Daredevil. That would be the Marvel TV news of the year.
That would be it.
Yeah.
That would be it. Yeah, I would subscribe to Disney Plus.
Did you hear? It was like a week ago, or some people. A couple weeks ago, some people paid for digital ads in Times Square for a Save Daredevil campaign.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did see an article, and I meant for us to talk about it, and just somehow it slipped through the cracks. Is that Disney's pushing to buy up the rest of Hulu? They're already negotiating for
They're talking to
the Time
Warner
Warner
Brothers?
to get their piece.
Yeah.
And that just makes even more and more sense. You know, to start thinking that that's where they would bring their PG-13 plus.
No, it's perfect. Yeah,
it's gonna be great.
Would Pirates of the Caribbean be on Disney Plus,
Yes,
or would it be on Hulu?
Disney Plus.
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. It's PG-13, isn't it?
I think it'd be the line. I think Disney would have to draw the line somewhere in the middle of PG-13, and it would be a content base. But I think Pirates is a straight up Disney movie.
It is.
I
but
mean,
is it too dark?
I don't think
For Disney Plus.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of. But I think it's.
I can't say. I haven't seen past the first one.
I think it's on the line. But again, it's a freaking.
One is swashbuckling adventure. 3 starts out with a child and a group of people being hanged.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of dark, but still,
the open
it's also a
sea.
freaking ride in Disney World.
Yeah.
It's a Disney movie.
It's true. So, speaking on that, I did see Disney's raising their ticket prices this fall, just in time for
Again?
Yeah, just in time for the new.
Damn
Star
it!
Wars
The new it used to be that the slow day cost was still sub.
Wait, are we talking
$100.
Disney World or Disneyland?
I think both. But
Yeah,
I know
both.
Disney World, the slow day is now going to officially top 3 digits in
Yeah.
$100.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it already has.
Well,
no, for the slow days.
Yeah.
Like for the special slow day tickets, you could get cheaper sometimes.
They're always like 110, 120.
well,
That's like a single.
all the news posts I've been reading have been
Everybody's blowing up about it.
Blowing up because now it's all going to be always over $100.
Yeah,
maybe there were specialty days that it was under $100,
and
but now it's just all going to be.
We knew it was
if you're
coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah, if you're talking about Disneyland, I know they do fluctuate in price.
I honestly,
But Disney World, I mean, I know for a fact if you go up in single day ticket, it's $110.
I honestly really wish that Star Wars was opening later, just because I was planning on going to Disney World in around October, and now it's like, oh crap, it's going to be so
It's the
crowded.
worst time to go.
Okay.
You need in October. You need to go to Universal.
Here's your spin. Ready? Well, here's the thing: is if you're going to go to Disney in October, you need to just stay away from Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
If you want to go, and sit in line. But here's the thing: they're only opening one ride. So there's 2 rides in that zone. Only one's going to be open.
Are you serious?
Well, okay. Here's your spin: either you open up Star Wars Land in August with 1 ride open and the restaurants and everything, and start getting that money, and then in December the second one can open, or you hold off for 4 months and wait till everything's done, and then open.
See, I need to be able to just buy that Hollywood Studios ticket, though.
See, the thing is that
I don't care about the rest of it. I just want to see the Star Wars stuff.
the thing is about the Universal thing though is like my sister got a job in January in Disney.
That's right. So
not
you
in
can-
Universal.
Mm-hmm. So you either get those discounted or free tickets or whatever.
I doubt it's going to be free, but I hope
you're going to
it's
get that family plan.
I want
at
a family
least.
plan.
Yeah. At least she can buy it for you in residence.
There we go.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's that. But I'm sure she gets a discount too. That's cool.
Can I please fly the Millennium Falcon?
That's what I want to do.
Is that the ride? Because I honestly don't know what the ride is.
That is the ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one where you're on it's a trackless ride and you're going through the Empire. And
okay.
AT-ATs are gonna fly.
I imagine it's essentially what the Back to the Future ride was, but in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but it's big. The Falcon is big.
I mean, it's 6 people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the Back to the Future DeLorean was 8.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was big too.
But each person has a bolt.
Oh, okay.
Fly it, you can shoot it, you can scan. I don't know.
You
can
could shoot it.
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
impressed that we're talking about Disney and you were able to actually say Disney and leave the S in place.
Didn't he?
Yeah, that's how he usually says it.
What?
Didn't he?
You want to go Disney World?
Yeah, see, there you go.
I want to go Disney World.
That's it. All right, so if you want to get yourself some Blu-rays this week, we actually have some 4Ks on the list.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, nothing I want to buy, but they're there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh, cool. That's a waste of $30.
It's on Blu-ray and 4K and 3D.
Oh, good. Now I can really waste money.
Green Book is out on Blu-ray and 4K.
Another waste of money.
Yeah.
It's a best picture.
Mortal
2018.
Engines. Mortal Engines, Blu-ray and 4K.
Was that
Mortal Engines? Yeah.
I've heard it's a really good 4K in terms of video and audio quality.
How would it not be? How would it not
Yeah,
be?
well, true.
Here's the thing: is they shot in 8 and mastered 4.
That's got to be pretty gorgeous.
So they say, like, on a technical side, that Blu-ray is absolutely gorgeous, but boy, that movie's just a garbage pile.
I wish it was at least passable, because then I'd have it for demo purposes.
Yeah, I still want it. Yeah, because
I still want to see it.
I wanted it to be good.
Yeah. All right, so Neighbors is out on Blu-ray. I can't believe that's
Again?
Yeah, it's in the list coming out this week.
That's a reissue.
I think it is too. Okay, here's my. So Someone to Watch Over Me is an old kind of drama thing, but my most exciting movie this week is Man's Best Friend is out on Blu-ray. Do you guys know this movie?
No.
Okay, so Man's Best Friend came out in the wake of like Cujo, because Cujo had made so much money, so they put out Man's Best Friend. And this is I can't remember if he's like a robot dog or what, but he has special abilities.
So Neighbors is the John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd.
Oh.
And it has a very nice VHS style box art.
I haven't seen that movie though. So my favorite part of the movie, there's a part where the dog is in this woman's garage hiding from her, and he transforms into a pile of junk. It's so good.
Wow.
And it's literally a morph. Like
This
into
Blu-ray
it.
cover is
For Man's Best Friend?
Yeah,
It's great.
Look at this.
Oh God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for our audio
That's
listeners,
what you
but it's
want,
pretty
though.
bad.
We
Yeah.
took an image and stretched it, and
It's
just
pretty
looks
much what they
bad.
did. Which it is kind of suiting for the movie. It's so terrible.
Oh, God.
It's so terrible. I can't wait. I'm probably going to buy it. Alrighty, what do we get in comics?
From comics, from Marvel, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 17, Avengers No Road Home number 5 of 10, Magnificent Miss Marvel number 1. That's a relaunch there with a new writer. We have Runaways number 19 and Tony Stark Iron Man number 9. Over in DC, we have Batman Who Laughs, The Grim Knight number 1.
Wow, that sounds good.
That's the title.
Yeah.
Catwoman number 9, Justice League Dark number 9, Wonder Twins number 2 of 6, and Wonder Woman number 66. In other books, we have Buffy Vampire Slayer number 3,
There you go. You get that for KJ.
James Bond Origins number 7, Rat Queens number 15, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder in Hell number 2, and Transformers number 1, a relaunch there from IDW.
Nice. James Bond made me think just randomly. I was watching the Blu-ray of Live and Let Die.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a good Blu-ray.
Really?
It's good.
I thought the audio was pretty bad.
The audio's bad, but the image is great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. But, I love that movie. Great job.
It's not the best one on that set, but yeah.
I wanted to watch Roger Moore. Roger Moore's
If
last
you're gonna
film.
watch Roger Moore, yeah.
I want to see his last film.
His last
Actually, isn't that the last Roger Moore?
No.
Doesn't it switch to Timothy Dalton after that?
No. That was the first Roger Moore film.
Oh, was it? Is it backwards? Okay, I have them backwards in the box.
I was about to say, because isn't A View to a Kill?
A View to a Kill. That's it.
Oh,
A View to a
you're
Kill.
talking about
That's
A View to a
the
Kill.
Grace Jones is in A View to a Kill. That's the one that has the. Is it Duran Duran or Hall
Yes,
Notes? I get
it's
I get
Duran
those two mixed up.
Yes, during
Yeah, 'cause
which
it's
is a great song.
It is.
And a great title sequence, actually.
Yeah.
If you have it on a big screen, you can, like that time where he shoots and the circles go out. It's awesome.
Grace Jones is so weird in that movie too. She's so weird.
stinking hot, though.
She's such a badass. All right, so back on comics. So
Love that Bond lady.
what are you picking this week?
This week, I want to read Rat Queens, and I want to read, I'll get Amazing Spider-Man because Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, yeah.
One other one I didn't cover on this list. It's a start of a miniseries, Age of Conan Beirut, number 1 of 5 or 6. I may get that. I may wait for trade because I've loved Marvel's Conan books since they started doing those.
Yeah, I think you mentioned referenced that before when it was about to come out.
The main Conan book, Conan the Barbarian by Jason Aaron, has been great. Savage Sword of Conan, I forget who wrote the story on that one, but like their secondary Conan book has also been really fun. So I'm all in on this, on Marvel's new iteration of this franchise. Outside of that, like I said, Rat Queens is going to be pretty good.
Probably going to grab that Miss Marvel.
I'll probably check out the Miss Marvel.
Just to see.
Yeah, I think that the guy who's writing it is also writing the current Miles Morales Spider-Man, and it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'll probably pick up my books this weekend because I'm behind. Last week, Die issue 4, which is really good, came out, and I really want to see that one.
It always cracks me up when you wait too long to pick up your books, so I see this massive stack of books on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what. Well, if Facebook lets me post it, that's what's going to happen.
Exactly, but they might not. They might hate you.
They may not. Well, that's what Twitter's for.
That's true.
Speaking
Which
of which,
I started following on Twitter again. I'm trying to pay attention.
yeah.
So where do we find you?
On Twitter.
Twitter?
Under Nico Scream, NIKOSCREAM. Also on Instagram, but it usually posts to both. And you can find everything else that's coming out this week in comic shops posted on CultureSmash.tv.
Yep.
Zach?
Okay. You're not gonna.
I looked at you. I gave you the
You're
key.
the only next option. He always goes
Yeah,
last.
there's only 3 of us.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I
Tina's
wait
out
for it
sick
every
this
week.
I know.
It makes my week. It's
Does it?
the little things.
I love to hold it back then. I love to hold it back.
You can
Like a
find me.
tease.
You can find me on Instagram if it's working. I'm Master the Makers 91, and you can find me on Steam. A Dangerous Meat Lunatic. I've been getting back into FTL because I like pain.
That's true. All right, so find me at all things CultureSmash. Also find us over on Family of Fear on Facebook is the best place. It is back in stock on Amazon now if you want to get it. So grab it quick because it's still out at Best Buy. Best places right now to get the film are Amazon and Walmart. I think Barnes & Noble also has it, but I think the Barnes & Noble is charging more for
I think
it.
they're almost charging full MSRP.
Yeah, they're charging a lot at Barnes & Noble. And if you want to pay that, hey, I'm fine with it.
Thank you. We support.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, but if it was me, I'd be going over to Walmart and getting it for $23.
This is
That's what I would do. All right, and we'll have some new movie information, new news coming at you next week. So, till then, see you next week.
Bye, everybody.